See, this is just the point where it's getting to where I just feel like I'm opening my mouth unnecessarily and nothing of importance is coming out because I've recorded so many videos over the course of the past 3 years of me yapping, and I've like only scratched the surface with actually putting out like a percentage of it on the internet because I've had insecurities and self-limiting beliefs and self-sabotaging and the fear of being perceived and the fear of being judged and the fear of cringe and whatever holding me back. And I finally like pushed through that barrier and realized I don't like, it doesn't actually matter. Like if people judge me, perceive me negatively, whatever, laugh at me, undermine me, it doesn't ultimately matter. And I've gotten to like the root cause of where my fears lied within that sort of scope, because for everybody it's kind of different. Like we all have similar usually reasons, but I think like if you go to the nitty-gritty like details of it all, like what it means to each individual human being to be perceived and judged and seen and undermined and whatever. So I got to the root of like my personal things in that regard, and I dealt with it, and I'm on the other side, and I can confidently, comfortably, peacefully say I literally no longer care what anybody thinks about me. And I truly ultimately attribute that to having such a strong sense of self and sense of identity and these fucking trains, man, self-validation, that no matter what anybody has to say, and I'm talking not only like strangers on the internet, strangers in like the real human life, but also like my friends and my family, who are people I love deeply, whose opinions are the only ones that I ever value and care to hear over the course of like the past couple of years that I've been getting out of caring what generally like strangers think, but it's always still been like people in my life, like significant people in my life whose opinions I cared for, and that I believe ultimately stopped me from getting past that threshold, because it was a really big leap and jump for me to no longer care what strangers thought. And then I was sort of left at like that barrier of like, oh shit, but I still care what my friends and family think. And then that was an even bigger thing, because like I really ultimately know that I do value and care for what these people think about me and my decisions, because these people know me better than anyone. Of course I care what they have to say, but ultimately I also had to get to the other side of it and be like, these people, although do know me better than other human beings, they will never know me to the fullest extent that I know myself. They will never understand the way that I understand things in my mind and in my soul and in my fucking ass or whatever. Like I am only gonna ever be capable of being understood fully and entirely by myself. And I think that's also been such a healthy perspective shift. Not even perspective, just like a belief to be ingrained, even though it's not a belief, it's just a fact. Like nobody can really understand the depth of your soul other than you, because you are the only person in this world that holds and hears your own soul, that has it. Do you know what I mean? Like